What's poppin', y'all? They hating on that boy Adin Ross again, and I think we're gonna reserve my comments for a little bit. But this all started from Adin Ross giving his opinion on Drake's Iceman, or what he's heard so far of Drake's Iceman, his first comeback solo album since Not Like Us, the beef with Kendrick Lamar. So I'm gonna play you guys that clip first, and keep in mind the context from this clip is that they were doing a gambling stake stream. That's why XQC was on there as well. They're all partners and sponsored by the gambling company Stake.
Seven's nice. Yeah, SOD's nice. You know,
I've already listened to the whole Iceman album. I've already listened to everything. He sent me all. He sent me the whole album early, so I got to listen to that. It was a great album.
Yeah, same.
Now people are gonna say that you're underwhelmed by it when you fucking talk about it. Yeah.
It was.
So right here, you hear Adin talking about he listened to the Iceman album, and then Drake stabs back and he's like, damn, dog, like that's the level of excitement that you got? It's just a little fun back and forth. And then Rory, from Rory and Mal, we're going to get some white on white violence here. He decides to critique Drake's rollout strategy of using Iceman, and Mal disagrees a little bit, but I'm going to play you guys this first clip, and then we're going to go into it, because I think the alternative that they recommended was insane.
Why is Adin Ross the Iceman rollout?
Is Adin Ross the Iceman rollout?
I mean, obviously they've been on stream together because of the Stake relationship and everything that they've been doing, but he had mentioned that Drake had sent him Iceman already, and he was like, yeah, cool. And I could even see it in Drake's face of like, yo, I sent you the album, and with the platform you have, that's your reaction? Like,
yeah, but that's not not a rollout, though. Well, you said that he's the rollout.
No, I'm just saying. Well, yes, it is. It is part of the rollout. Let's call it for what it is. Of course, it is. His relationship with Adin, whether it be genuine or because of common business interests, Adin is a big part of anytime Drake speaks, and I just feel like that's cool when you're doing the streaming and gambling thing, because I'm never going to take away from the base that Adin has. Mm-hmm. I'm well aware of his platform. Mm-hmm. But when it comes to music, at a time when your music is probably under the biggest microscope it's ever been under since 2008, yeah, Adin is the one that you want to talk music with? Like, he's not even Adin for hip hop? Like, what are we talking about? Yeah, like, this is the person that you want to go on stream with. Even I came on here and said that Kai should be number one on that hip hop list. But when it comes down to it, I don't think I think Kai is a streamer before he's a music person, which is fine. I'm not saying you have to be that whatsoever. But at least like Kai or somebody would have been better to send music to for a reaction, and that would go out to the public. This guy?
I don't think.
What do you think the first song he ever heard was in his life? Like, and I'm not saying you had to be somewhere like age. I'm just saying I don't even think he like listens to music.
This is crazy, dog. Like, this is so insane. This just goes to show how out of touch Rory is. This is why you need to shut up if you don't know what you're talking about. Now, has him agreeing that Kai Cenat should be the number one platform. Now, I understand that he has beef, or they hate academics and academics hates them. I understand that. So maybe that they didn't want him to be number one. But to say Kai Cenat should be the number one hip hop platform when the guy said, yo, I only listen to Michael Jackson and A Boogie. I'm not a music guy. I am not a music reviewer. I'm not that. And he says that. Didn't even recognize Wale. Didn't even know Wale's name. Didn't even know who Wale was until they played him the song with him and Miguel. He's like, oh, I heard that one. Yeah, my neighbor also heard that one. And she's constantly running the top hits on Spotify every single day while she's sitting outside in her pool. And she's slamming it on the freaking speakers. And it's so annoying. Imagine hearing like the top 50 hits of the decade constantly. You're just hearing the most normified music ever. And it's blaring loud. This white lady. It's just so, oh my God. I cannot stand when she does that, but I'm not here to vent. So talking about like, yeah, he's going to choose Adin Ross. What does Adin Ross know about music? Now, I'm not going to say Adin Ross is like, the biggest music guy, right? But Adin Ross is the godfather of this streaming stuff with musicians and rappers. How many viral freestyles did he have come out? That's Tory Lanez freestyle. This guy introduced the idea of doing content with rappers and made it so that rappers would consider hopping on streams. Not only that, he put on Kai, and then Kai comes in. And even if you don't say he put on Kai, Kai never really collabed with streamer or rappers until Adin did that first. So let's get that all the way out the way. And then, like, yo, I just can't believe he said Kai instead. What? And this is the thing too. It's not just business. It's a personal relationship. Adin Ross has been talking about Drake like he's the greatest thing ever since forever. He's talking about, yo, not like us, turn that off. He's Kendrick K. Not actually, but he's like, yo, we don't want to hear anything related to Kendrick. Kai Cenat, he was dancing around to Not Like Us. He's more balanced. He's like, yo, I mess with this song. There's not that loyalty, I guess, that Adin Ross has towards Drake. And we've seen that demonstrated. Like, you guys, I'm going to do a whole separate video on this. It'll be more of like a structured video going through each and every single point. But remember when there was supposed to be a music video between Kai Cenat and Drake? What happened to that? Remember Wireless? Who wasn't invited? Kai Cenat. Who was invited? Adin Ross and all of his homies. So this relationship goes a lot deeper and further than just, oh, they're steak buddies and they have similar business interests. And no, like, I would say that academics rolling out this stuff for Drake, it would make sense. It would be better, especially if you're trying to change the narrative within hip hop, for sure. But Kai Cenat, no, absolutely not. And that, if that's what you recommend, it just goes to show you have no idea how streaming intersects with music whatsoever, in the same way that you're claiming Adin Ross doesn't know anything about music. But Adin Ross knows a lot more about music than Kai Cenat. Adin Ross would know who Wale is. But continuing on, Maul has a bit of a disagreement to where I think this falls apart too, and I'm going to play you guys that clip right now.
That Drake anticipated he would mention anything about hearing the album. I don't think that was a part of the plan at all. I think Drake looked like he was actually surprised he even said it. Was like,
I think he was sick about it. He played it off well, but
so this is what I'm saying. So when you say it's the rollout, like, I don't think Drake was anticipating Adin saying anything about the new music, like, at all. I think Adin caught him by surprise by just saying that. Like, I don't think that was part of a plan or a rollout at all. I mean, him and Adin obviously have a relationship.
Yeah, of course.
And Drake, trusts him with his music, so he let him hear some of the music, and Adin just said it. I mean, I also want to make it clear, I'm not saying Drake being a global superstar, I don't think that the live and die opinion is off like nerdy hip hop people like me whatsoever. I think the Adin community is a huge part of his fan base to begin with. He's a global superstar. People that are just casual music fans, you need their opinion as well. But I don't know. I just think with everything going on, I would have texted him like, I'm never sending you a untitled link again. How you know that's not what he texted him right there?
It definitely could be. It definitely could be.
You're fried.
Dude, like you're things are already on edge no matter what. And the only person that has publicly said that they heard the music, he was like, yeah, no, shit cool. And you not even like that. Like, nobody looks to Adin for
that's why I don't think it matters what he said. I don't think that
no, it just fuels. I would be frustrated because it fuels a narrative that's being carried already coming off everything. That's why I just think with certain, like, just stick to Gam, because he's talked about music with Adin before and I've never understood it. Like, that shouldn't even be your, I guess, wave with the music side. Keep to gambling, keep to just funny streaming with him.
Yeah.
Music, dog, that should be the last thing that you even speak to that human being about.
Yeah, but it don't matter, man. Drake is...
Of course, it's a very small thing.
It doesn't...
Maul's, he's like, man, it don't even matter, though. He's trying to preserve that relationship. He's not saying anything that Drake would deem wrong. And the thing is here that Adin's been riding for him for a long time, and he has actually been a part of the rollout. So I'm going to play you guys a clip right now of July 7th. This was during What Did I Miss? This is Adin Ross giving some information on Iceman. I'm going to play that clip for you guys right now.
Quick 3-minute song. Listen, y'all can say what you want. I already know you guys say oh, it's always, dude. Drake is just the greatest, bro. Guys, can I just say one thing really quick? I can give you guys some input on Iceman. I'll let you guys hear a little input. I told you guys it was going to be a very important album to Drake. It is, because he knows who's real and he knows who's fake, and he's just going to talk his shit. Now listen, you guys see it on this song. This song is fucking amazing. This album is gonna wipe GNX. It's gonna wipe any album that comes out. Rap is just shit and dead and ass, and Drake is here to stay. Now no rappers are gonna get no Drake features, no Drake bookings, none of that shit. He's talking this shit, bro. It's the reality of things. Like, come on, bro.
So here, this aligns with what Drake's been doing. He did a collab with Central C. He is just doing a Euro tour. We don't know what other features he's hopping on. And this is one thing that I dislike about the song with Central C. People are judging that song on the US Billboard Hot 100. No, he's collaborating with a UK artist. So how about we gauge that and how it's doing in the UK? Is that song with Central C bumping in the UK? I don't know. I haven't checked the charts for it yet. My UK guys, let me know in the comments. Because if that's working, then it did its job. Like, who cares if it's even popping out here in the States if Drake, like they said, is a global superstar and he's got songs with these other guys that are showing him love and have always shown him support, and he's reciprocated that. And keep in mind, this is coming off the back of a huge Wireless where he got a ton of love, and then he drops a song with Central C. So I imagine that song is booming out there in the UK, but I don't know. I need some notice from you guys. So that's July 7th. That's Adin Ross sharing some info on Iceman, and he's just talking about like, yo, he's going to be talking his ish. Not after July 7th, July 25th. Adin Ross gives another update. I'm gonna play you guys that clip right now.
He's typing. He's typing. He's typing. All right, chat. He says, just be patient, guys. The album is loading. All right, the album's loading, he said.
So Drake gives him a text. He's like, yo, Iceman loading. So we're getting a lot of updates to the album from Drake, but through Adin Ross. He's using Adin Ross as this vessel. And Adin Ross, he's reacted to every Iceman episode. In one of the episodes, I can't, because there's music and copyright issues, I can't play you guys some of the clips. But in one of the clips, Iceman, constantly Adin Ross is saying Drake is the greatest rapper ever. He's the greatest rapper ever. Kanye West is his favorite artist, but he talks about Drake is the greatest. Who else? Kai Cenat's not going to be saying that. Kai Cenat's going to, hop on your stream. Kai Cenat, he's focused on his own entertainment. Adin Ross, he's more so, it seems like he's more so Drake's speed, they share the same bloodline, if you want to call it that. I think there's a lot more similarity between Adin Ross and Drake, and I think Drake realizes, like, yo, Adin is one of those guys that's going to be loyal to me and has demonstrated loyalty to me and is a fan of me and would never, not slime me out, but he would never say anything that would make me look bad or like even co-sign anything my enemies would say. And that's what he's been. He's been on the front lines for Drake, especially with the level of audience that Adin Ross has. And this is the thing, a lot of people didn't know this, so it doesn't have an effect in the grand scheme of things of people outside of the Adin Ross streamer sphere that are also fans of Drake, because Rory didn't know that Adin Ross has constantly been rolling out this information since well over a month ago. Like I said, one of those clips is from July 7th, and then there was another clip, and there was one a couple of days ago as well, but we don't need to play that. We've already got enough. So the fact that he's criticizing Adin, this is one thing I've noticed, like white dudes, they kind of seem to call out these other white dudes for, I don't know why. Maybe it's like jostling for position, who knows? But I think the alternative that he offered was disgusting. Kai Cenat is a terrible pick for another streamer. Realistically, like for example, if XQC was putting out all of this info and he had gotten the album first and he was talking about it, then I'd be on Rory's side. Like, yo, anybody but XQC, what does that guy have to do with music? What the hell? Even though XQC is actually like making music now for fun, but when it comes to just historically, right? Like Adin Ross is way more tapped into music than XQC, and even Kai Cenat, we would say, is far more tapped in than XQC. Like, XQC doesn't even make sense. Well, I would say if they offered a Plaque Max, I would get it. But I think Plaque Max, his audience is less so invested in Drake's music than Adin Ross is. I think Adin Ross's music, or Adin Ross's fans and viewers, have a more wider spanning taste that also really loves Drake than any other streamer of his level that I can think of, other than academics, of course, but he's not pulling the numbers these guys are. He just has the weight within hip hop. But let me know what y'all think in the comments. Do you agree with Rory? Do you think Kai was a better option here? What's up with that? Like and subscribe and hit the notification bell if you enjoyed, and I'm gonna see y'all on the next one.